it going, guys? Nick from the Fantasy Complex, and today I've got a little article here from Eurogamer, and we're going to be sticking with the theme of the NES Classic being discontinued. But here, we've kind of moved on to a different topic as well, in the form of the SNES Mini, or SNES Classic, however it would be depending on your region. But like I said, this article is from Eurogamer, and basically what it says, I'm not going to read through the whole thing with you guys. I've read it myself. I'll leave a link down below for you guys to read it. But what it's going into a little bit of detail about is Nintendo plans to release an SNES Mini or SNES Classic next year around Christmas. Now, this was probably obvious to everybody with how successful the NES Classic was, literally selling out to the point where if you weren't on the Amazon checkout when it released, you weren't going to get one, myself included. So I suppose this isn't much of a surprise. Of course, this is not confirmed by Nintendo just yet. Whether it will be within the near future, I highly doubt it. They might just be waiting to announce it like they did the NES Mini. But here we can see a little quote, Nintendo's plans for the SNES Mini are also a major reason why last year's NES Mini did not see a reprieve from discontinuation. So we're looking at it like this, is the SNES Mini is coming to replace the NES Mini, kind of like a new phone, maybe. I don't know how you'd explain it, but it's like the next year's model of nostalgia refreshers, I guess you could say. So that's it's very, very cool. I think the SNES is a much cooler system. I don't want to say cooler system, but in my opinion, from the games that it has, I think it's a much more valuable system, and I think that this will sell better than the NES Mini. Get those confused, SNES, NES. The question is, will it be exactly the same? Are we going to see 30 games? Are we going to have all first party? Are we going to have third party? I mean, obviously there are some games that we know that are going to be on there for sure, like Super Mario World, you can see here at the bottom, Super Metroid, Super Mario Kart, Super Mario World, Earthbound, Star Fox, Super Mario RPG, A Link to the Past would definitely be on there. You could put money on that. But then there's also things talking about the console also had the best RPGs. That's kind of why I'm a little biased towards it being better, is because of the RPGs, and some of those including Square, not Square Enix or Squaresoft, just Square, Chrono Trigger, and Secret of Mana. I haven't played Chrono Trigger or Secret of Mana. I want to. I tried to play Chrono Trigger, but never finished it. I'm gonna have to do that. But that's off topic. Other games like Final Fantasy 2 and 3, which are not really 2 and 3, but they're like 4 and 6. Those are on the SNES over here. Those would be great, considering how difficult it is to find those games now, especially Final Fantasy 6 for the original SNES, other than like emulators, but which is basically all these are. They're literally just emulators running on like a little Raspberry Pi. But yeah, so they plan to release it around Christmas. They never really planned for the SNES to be a permanent product. We've heard that before, yada yada yada. And then Eurogamer has a little thing here. Hopefully more stock of the SNES Mini will be made available to avoid a repeat of the same shortages. And that is the main thing that we need Nintendo to assure us of. I understand they like the whole idea of making it scarce to make it more valuable, but it's not going to raise their profits. They're not going to sell their SNES or NES Minis for $300. No one's going to buy it from, well, okay. Most people aren't going to buy it from Nintendo for $300, right? Maybe some collector on eBay will, but that money's just going to him. Nintendo's still just getting the $60. So Nintendo needs to have a confirmation saying, look, we know how popular the NES Classic or Mini was. We're going to do our best to keep the stock consistent. I understand if they want to make it kind of a limited thing and discontinue it and make it a collectible item and just have it be a set thing, and then maybe they'll move on to the N64, something like that. I think that would be a little much, just refreshing every console. It'd be great, it'd be sweet, but it's a little much, maybe. Maybe it's a little bit of a cop-out by Nintendo. But we got the Switch, so not complaining too much. That's all I've got for you guys today. I will leave the article in this description below. Let me know in a comment if you are excited, if you believe in this SNES Mini. Do you think Nintendo's gonna have it perform the same way that the NES did? Or do you think that they'll be a little bit smarter about it and make it more accessible to everybody? Let me know if you were able to get an NES Mini. I know the month of April is not up yet, so there's still some floating out there. Maybe some more shipments coming in. I still have not found one myself, sadly. But I have an idea of a way that we can fix that. So be on the lookout for that video coming soon. Leave a like down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one.